I'm always on the lookout for inspiring poems or texts on a Christmas theme, and in autumn 2020 I came across Edward Caswall's poem Sea Amid the Winter's Snow. It was an obvious choice for me, as it has many of the ingredients which I find appealing in a Christmas carol. It tells the nativity story in a way which depicts Jesus as a humble infant and a sacrificial lamb, but also as the glorious creator God. To quote from the poem, the one who built the starry skies and who's enthroned in heights sublime. It has a joyful refrain, Hail thou ever blessed morn, but contains plenty of phrases which lend themselves to more intimate, expressive treatment. Also, I do love the winter and cold and frosty weather, so the mention of snow in the opening line immediately drew my attention. In most of my pieces I have a favourite phrase or maybe just a chord, and in Sea Amid the Winter's Snow it comes right at the end. The words Christ is born are sung 3 times, the music rising in pitch and intensity for the first 2. Then everything drops right down, and there's what I call a sort of melting chord on the final word born. This is my favourite moment, and I've even put a pause in here to eke it out as much as possible. I suppose it can be a bit daunting setting a text which is very well known, as is the case with Sea Amid the Winter's Snow, and maybe that inspired me to veer slightly away from the verse-chorus pattern in my setting. Verse 1 and 2 have the same music with the refrain after each verse, but a dialogue begins in verse 3 and continues into verse 4, where the shepherds are questioned and then respond with their version of events. So here I used different melodic material, and I left out the refrain after each of these verses. The music intensifies chromatically in this section and wanders through a few different keys. Then at the end of verse 4, I attempted to depict the angels singing in the upper voices above the shepherd's narrative in the tenor and bass, before the climax of the piece is reached on the words peace on earth.